I will do more than I promise, said Dante. We shall see, returned the other, smiling. Where are you going? Asked Dante. To Leghorn. Then why, instead of tacking so frequently, do you not sail near the wind? Because we should run straight unto the Island of Rion. You shall pass it by 20 fathoms. Take the helm, and let us see what you know. The young man took the helm, felt to see if the vessel answered the rudder promptly, and seeing that, without being a first-rate sailor, she yet was tolerably obedient. To the sheets, said he. The 4 seamen who composed the crew obeyed while the pilot looked on. Haul, taut! They obeyed. Belay! This order was also executed, and the vessel passed, as Dante had predicted, 20 fathoms to the windward. Bravo! Said the captain. Bravo! Repeated the sailors. They had all looked with astonishment at this man whose eye now disclosed an intelligence, and his body a vigor they had not thought him capable of showing. You see, said Dante, quitting the helm, I shall be of some use to you, at least during the voyage. If you do not want me at Leghorn, you can leave me there, and I will pay you out the first of my wages I get, for my food and the clothes you lend me. Ah, said the captain, we can agree very well if you are reasonable. Give me what you give the others, and it will be all right, returned Dante. That's not fair, said the seaman who had saved Dante, for you know more than we do. What is that to you, Jacopo? Returned the captain. Everyone is free to ask what he pleases. That's true, replied Jacopo. I only make a remark. Well, you would do better to find him a jacket and a pair of trousers if you have them. No, said Jacopo, but I have a shirt and a pair of trousers. That is all I want, interrupted Dante. Jacopo dived into the hold and soon returned with what Edmond wanted. Now, then, do you wish for anything else? Said the patron. Okay, listen, folks. Until this moment, Dante was naked. we can be adults about this, but isn't the imagery a little bit funny that he's being asked to helm this ship while just hanging free in the wind? Don't you think they would have maybe given him the trousers before they let him test his prowess with ordering the crew around? I mean, I guess that's a power move if you really want to earn the respect of the crew. Like, who's not going to listen to you from thenceforth if you can demand that kind of respect and get everyone to belay the orders while you're just kind of swinging free out there? Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm an adult. I'm mature. I promise. What's funny to me? No, not funny. What's interesting to me here is that we've never really seen Dante on the ship before. Literally, our only taste of Dante's prowess that we've seen and not just heard tell of was that first page of the book when he's bringing the Pharaon into the port of Marseille. The crew are listening to his orders. He, breaks from talking to Morel to finish getting the ship, docked, and seems very efficient at it. But we haven't seen him at sea giving orders, checking how the wind is going to work, making decisions on the fly, assessing all of the variables, and just showing his absolute intelligence and talent in making a ship run efficiently and work. So this is the first time we're actually able to see it, and I'm wondering if the passage is anything to consider. If we're going to continue to see that, we're going to see Dante the sailor hard at work. Again, as we are nearing the end of this chapter, we're kind of running in the opposite direction of where so many of the early chapters led us, in that with each passing chapter of the early book, things got more closed off, and Dante lost more and more and more, and there was really only one direction the story was going. Now, after he's escaped that insane chapter that I'm still not over, now that he's escaped safely and has found this new crew, things just keep opening up further and further, and to the point where, like most exciting stories that I've mentioned this before, you don't know where it's going to go. Is he going to become part of this crew permanently? Will he? What does this crew mean to him beyond salvation? Is he going to abandon them? Is the truth going to come out about him? Is he going to favor them with the treasure if he ever finds it, if it's ever real? The way that he said in prison that, Faria was thinking of all the good you could do with your friends, how many people you can reward with that money. and Dante was so focused on all the harm he could do to his enemies. Are these folks here going to be beneficiaries of Dante down the line? Or are they going to be enemies? Or neither? Are they going to be non-entities? So many options. That's the exciting part of where we're at in the story. But since it's the penultimate episode, here I come yet again with the hard sell about the Patreon. You can help keep this podcast afloat for the next 4 years, well, 3.5 years at this point, by becoming a contributing member over at patreon.com/gruntworkpod. That is the Patreon for our podcast network, Gruntwork Podcasts. Where for as little as $1 per month or 3 cents per episode, you can help us stay plugged in, stay hosted. You can help us keep the show ad-free, keep the show artist-owned, and just make sure that we can cover the costs of hosting it and making sure that this can see through the entire 4-year mission statement that we've set out. Your contributions go a long, long way to keep me accountable at the very minimum. But if you can't do it, we get it. Precarious times. You can also help support the show by leaving us a rating, a review over at Apple Podcasts, over at YouTube, wherever you listen. It helps to get the show into the algorithm and get new people to see it. But you can also, if you, for some reason, don't want to take the 2 seconds to do that, you can also recommend the show to someone else you know in your life who likes books, who likes reading, who likes audiobooks. Send them an episode, send them the feed, send them a website, because it helps cut through the white noise, and a one-to-one recommendation is the most likely way to get someone to listen to the show. You can always join us in the discussion on this book or about the podcast over at our Discord, which you can find the link in today's show notes, as well as show notes for every episode. And I guess that is all I've got for today. Join me here tomorrow as we close out chapter 21 and see where Dante is heading as a free man. So join me, won't you? Okay, goodbye. The Countdown of Monte Cristo is part of the Gruntwork Podcast Network. This show is produced, edited, and hosted by Landon Solano. The original text of The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. Theme song by Magic Solo. If you want to support the show and others like it, visit patreon.com/gruntworkpod. Thank you for listening. See you tomorrow.